Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Amazon Music Sessions. My name's Jack Howard, and we're here every Thursday from 6 p.m. on the Amazon Music UK Twitch channel. So follow us if you haven't already, but we're also available on the Amazon Music app. So if you're out and about, no reason not to be watching this show. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jackie. Nice to see you. Like I say, it wouldn't be the same place without you. Hello, Invisible Protege. I believe you're new here. Maybe. I don't think I've seen that username before, but hello. And hello to everyone else as well. It's going to be a great show tonight, so stay tuned. Because coming up we have Connor Albert, the producer and multi-instrumentalist from South London, whose unique style is a blend of jazz-inspired, beat-driven music with his own little personal touch, and he's collaborated with the likes of Marie Dahlstrom and an Amazon Music Sessions favourite, Carmody, who's going to be back here tonight. If you remember, a couple of months ago she performed, and I'm very excited to see her on the show again. His new single, which is called Forget, is taken from his forthcoming EP, which was written with fellow friend and musician Alice Hour, who is going to be here tonight as well. But our second guests for tonight are Ferris and Sylvester, one of the most exciting blues/Americana names on the UK scene, and their fusion of 60s inspired tunes with a bluesy twist has led to some breakthrough gigs, including South by Southwest and the beloved Glastonbury Festival. They began 2020 by winning the Emerging Artist Award at the UK Americana Awards and ended 2020 with the release of their highly anticipated EP, which is called I Should Be on a Train. But that's not everything. It doesn't just stop there. Tonight we're going to be chatting to them about their upcoming short film that they've been making called Live from Real World, what it was like to share a stage with the likes of George Ezra, Eric Clapton, Robert Plant, and what the rest of 2021 has in store for them, because clearly they're very, very busy. And tonight, like all of our shows, we want you to be as involved as you possibly can be. So get yourself into the Twitch chat. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your thoughts. Submit your questions in the usual spot, which is a little thingamajiggy here that you can click and open. We're going to be covering everything from songwriting to creativity, collaborations, upcoming releases and more. So if there's any questions you have about any of those topics or anything at all, please submit them. I want to hear your questions. I want to steal them because there's some ones I just can't think of that aren't good enough. It's always worth asking the people. Right, okay, I think we're all clear. In that case, I think we should start the show and welcome our first guest, the wonderful Connor Albert. Hello, Connor. Good evening. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, man. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. So for anyone who might be new to you and your sound, how would you describe yourself and what sort of music it is that you make?
I guess I make dance music, but it's kind of like singer-songwriter as well, and has like jazz chords in it, I guess. That's kind of it.
Still figuring it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I might change my sound after this next EP as well, but we'll see where it goes.
Interesting. I love that. So how have you kicked off 2021?
Well, I just released a tune with Alice, who you can't see in the shot, but she will be singing.
Is she going to have a big entrance?
Big entrance is one word for it. I mean, she'll be walking on.
I would like you to play almost like a wrestler. I'd like some entrance music when she comes on before she starts singing.
Yeah, something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Get a drum roll.
Should
we get a hobbit?
Yeah, I think everything. We just build it up. Get any pyrotechnics sort of going off.
Exactly. But yeah, so we released a tune was it last week? Yeah, nice. So that's been kind of how we started off the year. And we got an EP coming out next month. And that's about me, man. Yeah.
Nice, I like it. Keeping busy. And you're going to be performing 5 songs for us tonight. And the first one is a cover. So before you play it and before you introduce Alice, can you tell us a little bit about the track that you've chosen and why it is that you've chosen this one?
Yeah, so we're going to play Do I Do, like an instrumental version of Do I Do by Stevie Wonder. Very like high energy track. I'm super inspired by it, actually. It's very like house before house. I mean, it's like a disco, like funk track kind of thing. And I just love 4 to the floor music. I think the groove is so sick. Chords are amazing. Obviously, it's Stevie Wonder. So yeah, man, should be cool.
Oh, you sound pretty keen to get on with it, so I'm going to let you do that now. So take it away whenever you're ready.
Nice one. If you guys want to start.
Yes, that was Connor Albert with his cover of Stevie Wonder's Do I Do. People are loving it in the chat. And Connor, most importantly, you got a thumbs up from my dad. So, how's that feel?
Mr. Howard. Yes.
He loves it. How did that feel? Can you introduce us to the rest of your band, by the way? I'd love to know who's playing on the drums and is it the bass guitar or the normal guitar?
Yeah, so we've got Seth Tackerbury on bass, one of the best bass players in London, hands down. Oscar Ogden on drums. Same can be said about Oscar. On the drums, of course.
Well,
and yeah, so little trio vibes.
Love it. And now to kick things off in the chat, I don't want to dwell too much on the shocker of 2020, but am I right in thinking that your debut headline show was almost exactly a year ago?
Yeah, it was January 28th. So what's the date today? Feb 4th or something? So
Yeah, we're just into February.
yeah. So yeah, last year, played my first show at Servant Jazz Quarters in London.
Okay, unfortunately, Connor, your mic has stopped. So if you can hear me, we're going to get you to fix that. And we're actually
Yeah, sorry.
a clip from. Oh, it's fixed. We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Sorry, I have this little mute button. Forgot, so unprofessional.
Okay, so tell us about the gig that you performed almost a year ago.
Yeah,
Just over a year ago.
A year ago, performed my first show at Servant Jazz Quarters in East London, and it was great. Got loads of guests down like Carmody, Marie Dahlstrom, Alice Hour, and yeah, it was really fun. Shame, I'd love to do more, but obviously can't.
It was obviously a good move to have that show filmed in retrospect, and we have a little clip of it now, which I was about to show before you fixed your mic. So this is the Undecided. This is Undecided, the song Undecided by Connor Albert live at the Servant Jazz Quarters from last year. Let's take a look.
With me all the way, 'cause I just wanna know if it's really real, 'cause I'm trying to let you wake, 'cause I with me all the way, 'cause I just wanna know if it's really real, trying to let you wake, 'cause
And that was a clip of Connor Albert performing at the Servant Jazz Quarters with his song Undecided, and we're going to be hearing the full version of that track later. It looks like you completely get lost when you play your music, Connor. Like, even when you were performing the Stevie Wonder cover just then, there's something that a smile comes on your face that it seems like you're getting completely lost in the music.
Yeah, I probably am. Yeah. I'm probably pulling like stupid faces as well, aren't I?
It's not stupid faces, it just looks like happiness, it looks like joy.
Yeah. No, it's great to play with these guys and gals. It's just great when you've got like amazing musicians, and it makes you feel so good. We did the first rehearsals today for like with actual vocalists, and it just feels amazing to actually be playing music with people. So that's why I'm happy, I guess.
Yeah, great, man. And how have you had to adapt to fill the gap that the lack of live music has brought for the last year?
I don't know if I've adapted, but I've just made loads of new music. Been working on this new EP after this. Well, working on this one with Alice and working with some other stuff as well. So it's just given me loads of time to write, which I think is true of all musicians at the moment. And it's been a blessing, really, actually. It's given me loads of time to like make videos and do stuff like that. So, yeah.
And obviously, despite not being able to go to live music, I've seen that your Instagram has had some pretty cool live pieces on it. So can you tell us a little bit about doing that?
Yeah. So recently, like you say, on Instagram, I've been just like posting these videos where I'm kind of like a one-man band, and I'm like cutting all the video. It's hard to explain, but so I've just been posting those recently. Been trying to keep that up, and it's been cool. It's been a really nice reception to those. So
Where did you get the idea to do it that way when the gap was there? You could have done it many different ways. Why did you decide to pick that format?
It's a good question. I'm going to shout out Quinn Alton. He, I had a session with him, amazing saxophonist and musician, songwriter, vocalist, everything. And I had a session with him, and we made a video together where we did a similar thing, and he kind of like cut me all around his studio, and I just drew inspiration from that. And also there's people like Jacob Collier that do that kind of video as well, so
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Jacob stuff where he does stuff that I can't even understand when I see him do. It's insane. But anyway, your next song is called Forget. So do you want to tell us a little bit about it before you play it, or should we talk about it after?
No, I mean, this is Forget. We're going to introduce Alice if you want to come up.
Oh, well, let's do the intro music.
Wait.
Let's do it.
That was lovely.
Wow. Wow. I'm honestly chuffed with that. Alice unfortunately can't hear me, but it's so nice to see you. Take it away. This is Forget on the Amazon Music Sessions.
Okay, let me get my guitar ready.
Waiting around, thoughts on the clouds. Wish I knew what to do. Wasting the day, not much to say. I'm stuck on you. Through and through we get lost when we can see. Forget yesterday, move it far away. No need to delay. Forget yesterday, move it far away. No need to delay. Sitting around, feet off the ground. Wish I knew what was true. Racking my brain, searching again. I'm stuck on you. Through and through we get lost when we can sing. Forget yesterday, move it far away. No need to delay.
Forget by Connor Albert with Alice Hour on the Amazon Music Sessions. That's your new single. So how has the reception been since it was released? Oh no, you can't hear me yet. Can you hear me? Is your mic unmuted?
I can hear you. Mic's unmuted.
I appreciate you've got a lot going on at once. That's your new single. So how's the reception been since it was released?
Yeah, the reception's been really good, actually. Yeah, had some really nice support from Spotify, bunch of really lovely messages. How's it been for you, Alice?
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah,
It's nice. Yeah, nice to have music out.
So nice. Yeah, it's been lovely, actually. It's been really nice, the reception. Yeah.
Good. I mean, I loved hearing that. How was it performing it live?
Yeah, it's cool. We actually did it at that show last year. It's really fun, especially the last chorus when you can really dig in. Yeah, super fun, man.
Yeah. And your upcoming EP you've made with Alice. So can you tell us a little bit actually about how that musical relationship started?
Alice, how did we meet?
Through Instagram, I think.
Yeah. I think Alice just sent me a message one day.
Yes.
Checked out the tunes.
Yes.
Loved the voice.
Yeah.
Loved the tunes. Yeah, and we just had a session probably a year and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And actually, this was the first tune we made, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And that's how long a song takes to come out. Year and a half.
And so the whole EP that you've done together, is that something you've written together? You've completely collaborated 50-50 on it?
Yeah, it's been 50-50 for this EP.
Mm-hmm.
Just working on it together,
Yeah.
sending files back and forth.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I say, it'll be coming out next month, so I'm super excited.
Is there a title yet?
So a title for the EP, I think it's just going to be called Smile.
I like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of the vibes
Yeah.
that we get from it. I think
Yeah.
it's all really happy music,
Happy,
and yeah, maybe that's what the
It's
world
what we need in
right
2021.
now.
I think so.
That's what I'm saying, man. Exactly.
Yeah, I love it. I want to chat specifically about song construction because it seems like that's something you really pay attention to, and even as looking at your Insta videos, the things we were talking about earlier, and even tonight's performance as well, I can tell that you really probably obsess over every aspect. So my question is, first of all, where do you start when constructing all this stuff? What do you build off of?
Yeah, it's either chords first or a beat first. Usually drums is a good place to start, and then just kind of figure out some chords I like. I'm very particular about the kind of harmony I like. I draw a lot of inspiration from indie music, I guess, and older kind of folky stuff. I really love really harmony like this. I just love that sound. It's so nice. And so chords are a big big thing for me. The chords have got to be really lovely. And obviously I draw a lot of inspiration from jazz, like this kind of thing, and gospel. So yeah, chords, and then
Please don't be shy about showing us anything that you want to play around with. Like if you want to take us through how you know, the sort of sounds that you like, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of. I really love like keys like D flat and like C, just simple harmony, like harmony that would be in a pop song or something, but just with more notes. Like you can have a chord progression like. But if you
I'm already
play
smiling.
that instead, like, if you play that instead, like. I know that sounds really nice to me. Maybe it's too much, but I don't know.
Well, not at all. And I can tell like the difference between like the emotion immediately, even though were they the same chords?
Yeah, that was the same chord progression, just with more notes in all the chords. Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Okay. See, I know very little about how to actually make music, but the process of it and the emotion that it makes you feel behind it, I think it's almost like magic.
Yeah, exactly. I think it is a thing for me. Like, maybe it's a bad mentality, but like the more notes in the chords, the more warm it feels. Especially like the lower you go, like chords like is very, very makes you feel very like warm and fuzzy and nice. And that's why I love piano so much.
Sort of
as well.
reminding me of Nicholas Britell's score for Beale Street. Have you heard that score?
Oh, you know what? I actually have. Yeah. Somebody showed me that. This guy Howard from Disclosure showed me that like a while ago. Do you remember that session, Seth?
What?
Where he showed us the score from Beale Street, and it was like this amazing
If Beale Street
string.
Could
It was
Talk.
like some of the most.
Unbelievable.
If Beale Street could talk, yeah. That was just incredible music. I love that stuff. Yeah, like really dense, really lush harmony.
And do you have you just saying the piano, but do you have a go-to piece of kit that helps you with any of the writing process, or is there something you find yourself going back to over and over again?
I really like this plugin. Actually, I've been using a lot, called Reels by Audio Thing. It's like this like kind of tape thing. So like on my guitar, there's like this kind of like warbly, like old school wow kind of thing. And this plugin basically does that and makes it sound like old and tapey, and I really love that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I just write on my Nord like MIDI keyboard or whatever. So yeah.
At what stage do you start sharing that with other people? Are you quite isolated at first, or do you work collaboratively from the word go?
More recent, I used to spend a lot of time just doing stuff by myself, but now pretty much everything I do is collaboration now, which is interesting. I feel like more recently I've been in the more traditional producer role, where you get other musicians in and kind of arrange something to your ear. Like I've got this tune coming out on like in the next EP after this one with Alice, and yeah, like I guess the lead single from that track is just I didn't play any instrument actually except for the guitar, and so it's like a weird thing. But if you get the best musicians, you can make like a really cool piece of music. Do you know what I mean?
Totally, yeah. And I think that more voices, as long as there's somebody who's driving the thing, I think more voices is better, because you know that creative collaboration, there's nothing quite like it. And you've worked, you know, with likes of Marie Dahlstrom, and you know, one of my favourites, which is she's going to be on the show later, is Carmody. So how did some of those collaborations start? Is that through Instagram as well? Are you all just like DMing each other because you're all just fans of each other?
Yeah, there's a lot of like Instagram like DMs, but I think with Carmody, we met 3 years ago, something like that, and through like a mutual friend. Basically, it was super random. We met each other at like this industry event, and I was kind of like starstruck. It's kind of funny. Jess is laughing in the background, but yeah, I was kind of starstruck, and I was like, "Oh, do you want to work on some music?" And luckily, she said yes, and then kind of introduced me to, like you say, Marie, and then kind of all went from there, basically. So I owe a lot to comedy, as I always say, but she's rolling her eyes.
Well, your next song that you're going to perform is with Comedy, so should we give her some entrance music to come on to?
Yes, okay. Come on, guys.
Hey!
Hi.
Hi. She can't hear me either, but tell her it's so nice to see her again, even though she wasn't invited.
Jack says it's really nice. He says it's really nice. He hates you, actually, is what he said.
I told
So the next track that you're going to sing is called My Kind of Love, of course, with Comedy. Shall we chat about it after? Do you just want to get on with it?
Let's chat about it after, yeah.
you're
That's-
a translator, Connor.
Okay,
Yeah, I know. It's a funny setup.
great. This
Yeah.
is My Kind of Love with Comedy on the Amazon Music Sessions. Enjoy.
I've seen 1,000 stories in you. Shadows we collect from all we knew. I read your fortune and it spoke of love. You said you had no faith, but you were touched. I keep thinking the urge to just breathe heavy in your atmosphere. Draw your distance, I wanna hold you here, and I can't help it. We've been in and out of us. I learned the name for every rush. Nearly knew your mind, nearly felt enough to be my kind of love, my kind of love. Counted all my lines about you, inspired by your lips, the broken way you move. Saw your past in old photographs. I said, I love your mysteries, they never last. I keep thinking the urge to just breathe heavy in your atmosphere. When you draw your distance, I wanna hold you here, and I can't help it. We've been in and out of us. I learned the name for every rush. Nearly knew your mind, nearly felt enough to be my kind of love, my kind of love.
Connor Albert with Carmody singing My Kind of Love on the Amazon Music Sessions. And that's taken from your first EP, Collage, which came out last year. So what was it like to put out a body of work, you know, during those times?
Oh, sorry. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just getting a little note. I'll answer that question in a little bit.
This is so mysterious. What's going on? What are you doing?
All right, I'm sorry, Jack. I'm back. Somebody was telling me to turn up the piano.
Okay.
So what was it like putting that out? It was cool. It was something that kind
Yeah.
of took place over the course of like a year and a half. And I was never really thinking about it as a full body of work. It just kind of fell into place. I was just releasing singles really. But yeah, I guess Collage kind of came from like, it's just kind of, there's a bunch of different genres on there, a bunch of different artists. And yeah, it just kind of felt like how I was making music at the time. And releasing it in a pandemic, I mean, yeah, I guess the only thing that was annoying about it was just I couldn't play a show to release it or whatever, you know. We had some stuff planned, but all got cancelled, obviously. But it's completely fine. It's all good. It's less pressure actually. So,
Was there a pressure to release a body of work, and did it relieve pressure when you realised, oh, it doesn't have to sound like it's part of the same thing. I can release a bunch of different stuff from a bunch of different genres. Was that part of the process of figuring out why it was time to make an EP?
Yeah, I don't know if I even really thought about it, honestly. I knew I had to like make 4 tracks, and it was just kind of whatever the best songs were at the time. I didn't really feel much pressure, no, which I guess is a good thing. It just came out organically, and yeah.
Great. And what about that song specifically then, My Kind of Love with Carmody? How did that happen between you two? What was that process like?
Jack's asking, how did My Kind of Love come about, Jess?
God, it was such a long time ago, wasn't it?
I know, it was the first day we met.
Yeah.
For like a session.
And you wrote it in a different. It wasn't 440, was it? It was
Oh yeah, it's slightly detuned, the song. It's
Slightly
like not in an
detuned.
actual key.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. How did we write it? What was the question?
Just like, how did it come about? Like,
I think I had an idea lyrically about wanting to write about like someone being nearly love but not quite love, but then also kind of being love. lots of different variations of love. So not exactly a love song, but just like little faults in the person, but still, I guess, loving them. We called it My Kind of Love, but in my head it means that it's not yet, that the person didn't actually hit the mark.
right.
What does it mean in your head?
I always just thought, this is actually funny because I've never heard where you were going, like lyrically with that song. I've never asked you.
Oh, okay.
I guess I always just thought it was just, you know, this person is my kind of love, like what I would want from that kind of person. But that's what makes Carmody so great. The kind of up for interpretation lyrics. Carmody is just
Well, that's
lyricist.
That's so interesting to me that you two hadn't discussed that. Connor, were you more involved in creating the instrumentation and the music, and Carmody more involved in the lyrics, and you two just kind of did that simultaneously?
Yeah, I think I just had some chords. I was like in a big like 4 to the floor kick drum kind of mood during that time. So yeah, I think it was just had a kick drum and played some chords, and I decided to detune them for some reason.
No, I thought it was quite cool.
You like? Yeah.
And you brought some beautiful chords.
And yeah, made some nice chords, and yeah, it was pretty simple. I think we wrote the whole tune basically in that day.
It's just all the mixing and everything else.
Yeah, and that's the long part. Yeah, and it didn't come out for like a year and a half. Same with Forget.
Yeah.
I find that fascinating that the lyrics and the music being written, and you could have both been feeling and thinking about different things. Anyway, we need to move on to the next song now. So thanks so much, Carmody, for being on the show again.
Yeah,
I don't hate you, Connor is lying.
Connor, thanks, the beautiful fan.
Jack said he hates you even more now.
This is ridiculous. Right, right. Do you want to bring Alice Hour back on? Entrance music again.
Hey.
I think that one was
Yeah.
This song is called Crazy He Calls Me, right?
Yes. You know our set list better than I do, to be fair. So, yeah, this is Crazy He Calls Me. This is a cover of a jazz standard by a guy called Carl Sigman. And actually, funny story, the son of Carl Sigman commented on my YouTube the other day.
cool.
And he was like, love the reharm or whatever. So sweet, man.
I bet he knew as
It's
well.
one of the most...
I bet he was like, I'm about to blow his mind.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely did. But yeah, it's one of the most beautiful songs ever written. My favourite jazz standard. So our favourite
Yeah,
jazz standard,
yeah,
maybe?
oh, yeah, definitely.
So yeah, here we go.
Take it away.
I say I'll move the mountains, and I'll move the mountains if he wants them out of the way. Crazy calls me, sure I'm crazy. Crazy in love, I'd say. I say I'll go through fire, and I'll go through fire. As he wants it, so it shall be. Crazy calls me, sure I'm crazy. Crazy in love, I'll say. Like the wind that shakes the bough, he moves me with his smile. The difficult I'll do right now. The impossible may take a little while. I'll say I'll care forever, and I mean forever. If I have to hold up the sky. Crazy calls me, sure I'm crazy. Crazy in love am I. crazy calls me. Sure, I'm crazy, crazy in love. I'll say, crazy in love. I'll say.
Connor Albert with Crazy He Calls Me, featuring the beautiful vocals of Alice Hour. Connor, we're going to do some fan questions now, if that's all right.
Yes, that is going to be great.
Good. That was the first question, and you answered correctly. Okay. We're going to do these as quick fire as we can, so we can get as many done as possible. So from Instagram, Louis, I think it might be Louis, says, what DAW did you first start to use? And for people who might not know, can you explain what a DAW is?
So DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation, but it's just basically the program that you use to make music. And yeah, the first one I ever used was Magic's Music Maker when I was, you know that? No. Yeah, it's just terrible. But I'd basically come home from school when I was like in year 4 or whatever, and I would just like make beats on it. And yeah, and then I moved. I've just basically tried them all. Like I moved on to Reason after that. Did like FL Studio for a while, but now I've settled on Ableton, and that's what I've been using for the last 5 years or something like that.
Iggy DP has asked, what production techniques do you use to ensure your drums slap so hard?
I think with drums, the way I do it is I make sure everything's super like punchy in terms of the transients. So you can do a thing like you can get like a transient designer plugin and make it so that all the sustain is like cut off. So like for non-musicians, like so the difference between or like and like the latter sound is like more what I want from a drum sound. So making things like really punchy in that respect, and then I just chuck like heaps of saturation, like distortion on them, but like mix it in. And that adds a lot of like harmonics to the drums, and also I think a lot of it is the fact that I sidechain everything to the kick. So like sidechaining just meaning like there'll be something playing underneath the drums, and when the kick is played, everything that is being sidechained will like go down in volume when the kick plays, so it like makes the kick really stand out. And I just do that on all my songs.
Love it. I love the little tutorials we're getting. Thank you for sharing.
All good.
You're a Wizard has asked if you could work with one artist, who would it be?
Oh, people probably wouldn't expect this, but Skrillex. I'd love to work with Skrillex. He basically, yeah, he's one of my biggest idols, I think, from a production standpoint. He got me into electronic music, basically, and I think the stuff he produces now is very different to what I make, but I think it's just some of the best produced music in the entire world, and it'd be amazing to pick his brains and see what his process is. Yeah.
And two final questions, both from Anonymous. When you're leaving questions, leave your name. Otherwise, I have to say anonymous, and I hate doing that. I like shout-outs. So the last two questions are, what is your favourite live music venue that you've played? And is there one that you would like to play?
Oh, probably my favourite venue. I used to play a lot. Well, I'm still in Carmody's band, I presume. She's giving me the thumbs up. And we played one show at Bush Hall, and that is one of the most beautiful venues. So nice. She played her headline there a few years ago, and that was really amazing. But my dream venue, I think our dream venue actually, me and Jess, would be to play at Rivoli Ballroom. We watched Tom Misch play there for his album launch, and so vibey, and it's just down my road. like literally a 5-minute walk from my house. So that'd be.
That's the real reason then.
Yeah, I'm just lazy.
And the final question is, what are some of your favourite records that came out in the last year?
Oh, my favourite records in the last year. Oh, that's tricky. I really liked Tom Mish's record, What Kind of Music. I thought that was great. There hasn't been that many albums, to be fair. Oh, I really like this record by Ethan Gruska. What's the most recent one called?
On Guard.
On Guard, yeah. That is amazing. Oh, I really like this EP from this girl called Holly Humberston called Falling Asleep at the Wheel.
Yep, I like that too.
Yeah. Oh, you like that? Yeah. Has she been on the show?
Yep. No, she hasn't, but she hopefully will be at some point. But yeah, my friend Josh introduced me to her.
She's amazing, right?
Yeah, gorgeous. Yeah, so chill. I love it.
Yeah. Is it bad to say I have a bit of a crush on her?
Right, well, if you're going to do it anywhere, do it here.
On live stream.
Yeah. Well, Connor, thank you so much for being a part of the show. You're going to play us out now with Undecided with Alice. Is there anything you'd like to say before you go?
Nah, thanks for people tuning in. How many people are watching, out of curiosity?
I think the last time I checked, there was about 5,500 people.
5,500. That is absolutely mental. I can't believe that. That's the biggest I've ever done in my entire life, by far. That's
You're
crazy.
welcome.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm Connor Albert, Alice Hour, Oscar Ogden, Seth Tackerbury, Carmody, and yeah, this is Undecided. Originally sung by Marie Dahlstrom, but we got the next best thing. We got Alice Hour to sing it. Yeah.
Connor, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Okay. Yes, likewise, Jack. See you soon.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
I try to deny it, there's no way. You got me enchanted, I just wanna ask you about it. Cause when we're undecided, I just long for more with you. Will you become mine too? I try to escape it, but you're always in my head. I try to stay focused, but I like the thought of you instead. Cause when we're undecided, I just want to know if you feel the same that I do. Do you wanna go with me all the way? Cause I just wanna know if it's really real. Cause I'm trying to let you in. Cause do you wanna go with me all the way? Cause I just wanna know if it's really real. Cause I tryna let you in. Cause when I look into those blue eyes, all I see is magic. I don't wanna mystify, but I wanna know if. Cause when we're undecided, I just want some more of you. Will you become mine too? Do you wanna go with me all the way? Cause I just wanna know if it's really real. Cause I'm tryna let you in. Do you wanna go with me all the way? Cause I just wanna know if it's really real. Cause I'm tryna let you in. Cause do you wanna go with me all the way? Cause I just wanna know if it's really real. if it's really real, 'cause I'm trying to let you in, 'cause
That was the amazing Connor Albert. Make sure you follow him on Amazon Music. And if you've just joined us, hello, my name's Jack Howard and welcome to the Amazon Music Sessions. We're here live every Thursday from 6 p.m. on the Amazon Music UK Twitch channel or on the Amazon Music app. Either one of those, there's no reason not to be watching my face. I'm so glad you're all enjoying this. It's so nice to see you. Pure Nomad, Morph, Amy, OS Frog, Iggy DP, Louis, Alice... Sorry, Dem Jackie, of course. So nice to see you all. Coming up now is Ferris and Sylvester, one of the most exciting blues Americana names in the UK scene. Their unique fusion of 60s inspired tunes with a bluesy twist has led to breakthrough gigs, including South by Southwest and the beloved Glastonbury Festival. They begun 2020 winning the Emerging Artist Award at the UK Americana Awards and ended 2020 with the release of their highly anticipated EP, I Should Be On a Train. And here to talk about that and much more, it's Ferris and Sylvester. Hello, good evening, how are you doing?
Hi. Hello, we're good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Better now speaking to you two. How have you kicked off 2020 Part 2? I mean, 2021.
There's been a few parts to 2020. 2020 felt like a few years in itself. But yeah, we are, I suppose, theoretically in the year 2021.
Just doesn't feel like it, does it?
No, it doesn't. I actually think that you shouldn't count whichever birthday you had in 2020. So we just skipped that basically. So nothing happened. It was just we were just on pause in 2020. But yeah, what have we done for 2021?
Well, we've been busy. We've been putting together this short film that we're going to show a bit of tonight, I believe. A first sneak peek, which is really, really exciting because we love touring, and that's kind of how we've spent the past couple of years. And then obviously that all came to an end, and that's just something that you can't replicate. I mean, stuff like this is obviously amazing, but actually being with our band again, we weren't sure if we were going to be able to do that, and we came up with this idea to go to one of our favourite ever studios called Real World Studios, Peter Gabriel's gaff, and we went there with our band, and we did we did this project which we're really, really proud of, and so that's kind of made up the start of our year.
Well, let's take a little look at the clip from that now, actually. Let's not waste any time. Sure. Here's a clip from the upcoming short film.
Something that is so different with this project than any project that we've done before is normally we'd write a song, take it out on the road and kind of play with it for months and months and months and months before we'd then go into the studio. We just had to kind of go with our guts, which is really, really hard to do when you literally haven't left the house.
It's going to be fun to be in a room playing with real people again.
This is how my voice sounds. I'm gonna sing it out.
Everyone's kind of wondering where their place is right now, and it's a song about just that, about finding your voice.
My voice sounds. I'm gonna shout it out. This is really how my voice sounds. I dare you take one more step. I dare you take one more step. I dare you take one more step. I dare you take one more step.
Sometimes your limitations can bring out, they force you to be creative, and it forces you to come up with something else. And we've always tried to sort of embrace our limitations.
You won't feel this way again. I dare you take one more step. I dare you take one more step. take one more step.
And that is out on the 11th of February, which is next week, which is also my birthday. So thank you for the gift. So tell me how that short film all came to be. Thank you very much.
Well,
how did that all come together?
Well, it came together at the tail end of last year, and obviously, you know, we had the idea to go and do it, and but we couldn't rehearse with our band members, you know, for obvious reasons, being locked down, etc. And so it was slightly different to usual. I mean, usually you'd have a chance to rehearse a lot and then probably do a warm-up show before you go on tour, if you're lucky. But we had none of that. It was literally straight in there, press record. Obviously, we sent the parts to the various musicians beforehand and said, learn this.
And they nailed it.
Yeah, they were great. So, and, you know, we had literally one day in there. We did 6 live tracks, and then Robin Boot is the director, and he was filming us, and he's a good friend of ours. So he was sort of trying to get those behind the scenes bit beforehand as well, and obviously shot it beautifully. So it's a film it showcases the live thing that we haven't been able to do that much recently, or certainly not in front of a real audience. And it also gives a little insight into what it's like putting a recording session together in the middle of a pandemic, just in case anybody wondered.
Well, I'm interested as well, like why you chose to create this. Like, what was it about this that seemed like it was a creative challenge for you, rather than just trying to create music? Why create a short film?
I think one of the things that we've really missed this past year has been actually going out and meeting people and having that interaction, which for obvious reasons everyone is missing that. And I don't know, I kind of feel like our audience, we're very appreciative of this, and they in turn are very appreciative of us being quite like honest about our journey, and about, you know, kind of how we write, how we tour, and, you know, everyone who's kind of followed us for the past couple of years, they're all kind of along for the ride, and they're part of our storyline. And so we just felt like this was something a bit different. And also we put out an EP last year, and a lot of those songs hadn't ever been played to an audience before, which is so different to everything else we've ever done. We always tour, you know, change things on the road, change things over and over again, demo things up loads and loads and loads. And this EP was just kind of really, really fresh, came straight from this room. And so it just gives a little bit more of an insight into our process, which I hope people will kind of enjoy that. You know, even down to me giving Archie a haircut the day before. You know, it's not all glamorous. It's kind of it's all kind of you know, the detail of things is actually, I think, where some of the intrigue lies.
Definitely, I really liked the part in the trailer where you mentioned that limitations force you to get creative. I think that's extremely true, and I think that over the last year, everybody's who is a creative person has found a way to, you know, get through the cracks and find a new way to express themselves within those limitations. Can you expand a little bit more on what you've done in the last year that you don't think you would have done if not for the situation, you know, the weirdness?
Yeah, well, totally. I mean, we've sort of, when we first started, I don't think we quite appreciated the fact that your limitations can be a good thing. It depends how you use them. You know, we were frustrated in a way that, you know, there was only 2 of us, and we couldn't afford the drummer or a bass player, and so we were just there with 2 acoustic guitars and singing, and, you know, that forced us to really, really concentrate on the songwriting, because that, you know, should be able to write a song in the simplest form possible on an acoustic guitar, or 2 acoustic guitars and 2 vocals. Actually, even that is, there's 4 different things there that you had. And then you realise that actually, you know, you have a laptop and you've got Logic or Pro Tools or whatever, and actually you don't have any limitations really. So sticking to them was important to us, and things like Izzy started playing the bass because we wanted to have the low end when we played live. So we said, why don't you get rid of the archtop acoustic guitar and pick up an electric bass? And then, yeah, that's always been our philosophy. And then this last year, we were totally forced into plenty of things that we, hadn't really thought we'd be doing. We ended up, we really focused on building our home studio, which we're in at the moment, and where we spent a hell of a lot of time. And we've been writing a lot in here, recording a lot in here. We've been working a lot on the production, and we ended up actually working with quite a few different artists that came in here that we were recording and doing some writing with. And so that's definitely one thing that I don't think we would have had time to do if we've been on the road a lot. So there's been some positives, not many, but some.
There's a nice way of reframing it so that it becomes a positive outcome. I get that. And you mentioned that your EP came out last year in October in 2020 called I Should Be on a Train. Is that named appropriately because you wanted to be travelling around? Is that where that came from?
You know what? We didn't ever think of it like that, and it's so funny because quite a few people have asked us that. Fans have asked us if that was kind of like a metaphor for the time, and it really wasn't. It was we actually wrote it when we were touring in Europe. Like we were touring in Europe like till mid-March, which feels crazy now. But we were in the back of our van in Vienna. Before a sound check, and it was really cold, and I think we'd done the sound check actually, and were kind of singing along to each other and going, is that an idea? So then we took ourselves away, and it was a pre-COVID song, a love song or a kind of anti-love song about a woman deciding whether to, kind of leave the relationship that she's in, and so it really had no COVID influence, but then obviously the meaning of songs can change depending on their environment, depending on the time when they're released or written. They can make sense in different ways. But it definitely wasn't the emotional intention, but I think it has resonated with a lot of people who potentially, are in quite dark situations and need to, want to escape, or even down to the kind of romantic element of being on a train. I feel like everyone has kind of romanticized the things that would have, I don't know, been considered to be completely normal, like, I don't know, a southwestern train, I don't know, to Godalming or something, suddenly seems like it could be
what I wouldn't
from
give.
A romantic novel. Yeah, exactly. So I kind of love how that's resonated.
Even if it was delayed, which it obviously would be if it was Southwest.
Of course, standing at Streatham Hill Station in the pouring rain, waiting for the 6 o'clock train at 6:45. Absolutely.
And you mentioned there that you were writing this song when you were on tour, just sort of singing back and forth to each other. Is that quite a traditional way of how you will write songs? Does it feel like you're kind of just having a musical conversation with each other?
Well, I like that.
Yeah, I guess so. But writing songs on tour was something that we had to adapt to because when we first started writing together, we weren't touring because nobody had ever heard of us, so no one was ever going to come and watch us play. So we got into a habit of, we just used to write. We used to write in my bedroom most of the time and annoy my flatmates, and we kind of got used to that. So then when we did go on the road, we did have to adapt actually.
It's hard at first. It's really nerve-wracking.
You sort of have to find the moments. You almost like, at first it was kind of overwhelming. So the time when you think, you could be writing, you're actually probably just, I don't know.
Eating a sandwich.
I wasn't going to say that. But yeah, eating a sandwich or being excited about.
Or scrolling on something.
Yeah.
So we had to adapt. But yeah, when we write together, we'll normally try and sit opposite each other and we'll just sort of start. There isn't really like a rule that we have. We just start and sing ideas, and maybe sometimes it will be gobbledygook until suddenly it's not. Or sometimes we'll start with a poem. There are no rules to our songwriting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so you had to adapt to writing on tour, and then readapt to writing at home again.
Yeah, and that actually that was quite scary. But now I worry that we've gone back the other way. There's something that's quite nice when we literally haven't left this house in a year, and it then becomes whether you're having a shower, washing up, whatever you're doing, you're kind of always in that headspace, which has been really nice. I think that's actually something that I've quite enjoyed from this last year, just kind of having that time, just to kind of let your head spin a bit. So I don't know, I'm kind of worried now that we're going to get back out on the road, and it is different. Of course it's different. And actually, you know, being on tour, it's amazing, and we're looking at the world through tour goggles. That was an expression we heard the other day, and we really liked it. But yeah, I don't know, I think a lot of touring is traveling, sleeping, eating, you know, quite like you've kind of got to look after yourself, and there's not a lot of free time, and so you've really got to be disciplined with it, and so I'm kind of nervous for that, but at the same time I'm like, let it start again right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that, I mean, creativity kind of seems to come from an unexpected place, so the idea of getting comfortable with where you're at in order to be able to write something or produce something, it's like, nah, can't let you get comfortable. We need to just shake this up again. You need to be able to readapt to wherever you are.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I mean, we've always sort of, it's a total luxury as a songwriter to be able to have somewhere nice to write a song. You know, it's not a thing. You should be able to write a song in a cupboard. You know, not
Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean Harry Potter. I mean, God knows what would be right.
Give it a go. You never know.
In a cupboard.
Wizardry. I used to write. I actually say that because I used to sit in my bedroom, which had there wasn't space for a desk, but there was it was a wardrobe, and I took the I sort of made a desk in the wardrobe, so I had my shirts hanging, which, don't get me wrong, was unusual probably, so more like probably just chucked in there somewhere, and and I would just clear a space and I'd put my notebook there and just write there.
That's so cool. Never knew that.
Well, yeah.
I love that you're learning this as well.
I know, 5 years together and we still have stuff to talk about. Yeah. It's great.
Well, you brought it up, so I mean, yeah. So having somewhere, like saying as a songwriter, I need somewhere inspiring to write is in my opinion, is a luxury. You shouldn't need that. You should be able to get inside your head wherever you are.
Yeah, but sometimes, like when you're tired and you're kind of in the wrong place, and this can be in the most luxurious place in the world, but if you're in the wrong headspace, you can be like, you know, what rhymes with orange? That's not right. You know, nothing makes sense anymore, and all of a sudden you're kind of if you lose it. I kind of agree with what you're saying, but the other way around, it doesn't matter if you're in a cupboard or in a really, really nice room or, you know, on tour or wherever. If your head's not in it, your head's not in it, and you're not going to get there. Right,
exactly. But you should, you know, if you're able to get yourself in that frame of mind, you don't necessarily need to be with a stunning view in front of you. Because it's, you know, it's in your head. You're writing about things that we always write about stuff that we know about, things that we've experienced. So yeah. Anyway, there's my opinion on that.
Are there any particular things that you find yourself drawing on? Any particular themes that come up? Do you discuss that before you start writing songs, or does it kind of present itself
draw on the wall
as you're writing it? Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you know what? No, there really isn't anything. I think sometimes so, for instance, it was interesting last year. A lot of our songs that we wrote and we kind of didn't even realise at the time, all kind of had the themes. You know, themes of isolation, kind of also themes of like almost post-apocalyptic life, like you know, really outside of the ordinary, and for obvious reasons.
Because emotionally, that's how it feels.
Exactly. So, but I don't think we realised that at the time. But then, you know, we also did this thing last year where we did like a song a day, and we couldn't linger on it because we're perfectionists. We can stay on a song for 4, 5, 6 days if we if we didn't, you know, kind of make ourselves do something else. And so we did a demo a day. And wrote all of this stuff down, and didn't give ourselves, you know, time to think it through that much, which was a really good kind of process to go through. But listening to them back now, you know, there are those themes of as I said, of isolation and kind of everything that last year and what we're continuing to go through now. But I think I think we also try and kind of not make our songwriting, even though it's from a personal place, or as Archie said, we try and write about what we know. We also kind of try to not bracket ourselves or get like self-indulgent in it. It's not fit for you to kind of wallow in whatever you're going through. It's to create something together. So we kind of sometimes try and go, okay, let's write a song about someone else, about a person that's not us.
It was hard to write a song about yourself or about your own experiences all the time.
Yeah.
It's very difficult in songwriting to tell the truth, and that is what we're always saying. But that's always what we're trying to do. But sometimes changing the angle of where the story is from, is important, because I guess sometimes you get bored of talking about yourself.
Yeah,
Well, I don't, but you should.
Let's talk about performing live, because let's be nostalgic for a second, because you've had some pretty excellent live shows, and you've shared the stage with people like Robert Plant and Eric Clapton. Can you just tell me a little bit about what that was like and how that happened?
I mean, it's so funny because of course you look back on things with rose-tinted glasses, as we said, ordinary things now.
Tour goggles.
Yeah, exactly. Tour goggles or sitting on a train. Obviously, it's different when you meet someone like Robert Plant, but it really was as I remember it, I think, which was just total. Very starstruck, incredibly everything I was like thinking of saying, because he kind of walked by the dressing room when he was going and we just played, and he was there in his purple shirt and just looked so cool, and I was like trying to think about what I might say, and everything sounds really kind of dorky, and
he's a proper rock star.
He's such a rock star, and
Robert Plant is like a genuine bona fide.
There's also like,
and I can't even remember what I said. I just remember saying it and going, oh my god, why did I say that?
We talked about Wolves.
We talked about football.
He's a
that
Wolves football fan, so he'd probably be happy. Didn't Wolves beat Arsenal last night?
Oh, he's probably thrilled.
Happy about that.
so whenever you think of Wolves now, you're thinking about Robert Plant.
Absolutely. Archie actually tried to. He had the football on, and obviously I'm never going to watch the football with him because it doesn't interest me at all. And he was like, he tried to justify it by saying, "Yeah, but Robert Plant likes Wolves," and I was like, "Yeah, no,
Right.
I'm still not watching it."
The separation is there's too much gap between those two things. They don't feel completely linked for me.
Not related. Stick on some Led Zeppelin and I'll sit with you. But
Okay.
And that's the thing as well. That's all I can think of. I'm just going to go to Robert Plant and be like, I really like Led Zeppelin. That's all I can
that's
say.
probably what I said.
I really like Led Zeppelin. Not love or like I adore or I idolise. Just not bad. Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, I'd like. Yeah, I won't even reevaluate that. That's exactly what I'd say. I really like Led Zeppelin. Thanks very much for Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely like.
Planted.
Yeah, like I told my dad that I was going to be talking to you today, and he was like, "They've been on with Led Zeppelin, they've been on with Robert Plant," and I was like, "I'll ask him about it. Trust me, I'll ask him about it." Do you prepare differently for? Oh, well, that's good to know. Do you prepare differently for appearances at like? Do you prepare differently for like festivals as opposed to like intimate venues or live streams? Is there one that you prefer that you like to do more?
Well, the preparation thing, I'd say no. You're playing the same show whether you're playing to 20 people, 1,000 people.
Totally, you've got to prepare the same every time. You've got to be the best you ever possibly could be, whether it's, as Izzy says, to 2 or 2,000.
And I think it's really important to have that when you're on tour, because sometimes for no reason or for a reason that I don't want to know, you'll play a full house, and then the next night you'll play to 12 people, and those 12 people have still come to see you. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that is a really, really, really important thing, actually, and something that I actually really miss, because in answer to your other question, some of our favourite shows have been, to smaller audiences that it's just been, wild and everyone's connected. And some of our more uncomfortable shows have actually been to the larger audiences, not necessarily because of anything other than it's harder to connect, and also naturally when you're in front of 12,000 people, you're naturally gonna make small bodily malfunctions that just make the whole show worse.
That sounds really wrong. That's not what she means, by the way.
All that happened is I stood on Archie's guitar lead and unplugged the acoustic guitar in front of 12,000 people, and so I had to sing on my own as you scrambled around and tried to find the lead to plug it back in. Stuff like that, you can't write that down.
Yeah, but this
something that
beautiful. That wouldn't have happened in another show, and you've got to sort of appreciate that sort of stuff as well. It's kind of part of all of it.
That's right. It's part of live music. It's all part of the. That's why you go and see someone live rather than just listening to them on Spotify. It's because it's live, because you don't know exactly what's going to happen, and it's going to be different night after night, and that's the exciting thing about live music. And that's the thing that doing live streaming is great, and it's a good alternative, but alternative maybe not quite the right word, because it actually isn't really an alternative. It is slightly different.
It's an as well as.
You don't get the interaction at the same when you're doing these live streams. And don't get me wrong, we do really enjoy it, and we're very grateful for the opportunity, and we've done a lot of this, and it has actually really got us through. But talking about the variables of live music, they're actually, if anything, increased hugely when you're doing live streaming. There is so much more that can go wrong when you're doing.
We get so nervous, so nervous.
Well, let's keep that tension there, and let's get on with some music now.
Okay.
This is going to be an uninterrupted gig, which I'm very, very excited about. And after this, we're going to have some fan questions as well. So if you've got anything you want to ask, please submit it throughout this. But if not, just sit back and enjoy. Take it away, guys.
Thanks so much, Jack.
Thanks a lot.
We are going to start with a song called Superhuman. Don't get me out of my bed, it feels too cold outside. I don't wanna be in my head, I don't wanna be in my mind. I've seen harder times, but joy seems hard to find. I'm always letting you down, I'm always letting you down, I'm always letting you down. You underestimate me, I'm two-dimensional. I overcompensate and leave you underwhelmed. I can't sell myself, there ain't nothing to sell. I'm always letting you down, I'm always letting you down, I'm always letting you down, I'm always letting you. And I know that you want me gone, know that you want me gone, and I know that it won't be long before you're kicking me out the door. And I know that you want me gone, know that you're moving on, and I know that it won't be long before you're kicking me out the door. Well, I'm too domesticated,
I'm no family man.
well, I need your love and attention.
I haven't got time for that.
I'll never be superhuman, I'm way too human for that. I'm always letting you down, I'm always letting you down. I'm always letting you down. I'm always letting you, and I know that you want me gone. Know that you want me gone, and I know that it won't be long before you're kicking me out the door. And I know that you want me gone. Know that you're moving on, and I know that it won't be long before you're kicking me out the door. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, I can sleep alone. Yes, I can lay my head down, but I sleep better on your collarbone. It's a kind of comfort I have found. We have a lot of problems, I haven't quite figured it out. I'm always letting you down. I'm always letting you, and I know that you want me gone. Know that you want me gone, and I know that it won't be long before you're kicking me out the door. And I know that you want me gone. Know that you're moving on, and I know that it won't be long before you're kicking me out the door. And I know that you want me gone. Know that you want me gone. Know that it won't be long before you're kicking me out the door. And I know that you want me gone. Know that you're moving on, and I know that it won't be long before you're kicking me out the door.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much. That was a song called Superhuman. That song is going to be this is a big secret, all right? So you got to, all of you now have to keep your secrets. But that song isn't released yet, but it will be released on what will be our debut album. It's been recorded, it exists, and we can't wait for you to hear it. This next song is a song taken from our I Should Be On a Train EP, and it's a song called Knock You Down, which I think, if you can't pick favourites because they're like your children or your pets, but we both really love this one, and this is a song about not letting the daring, confident child in you die.
Dark.
But it's actually quite happy. You'll be glad to know.
Sounded like something that Stephen Fry would say in the Harry Potter audiobook.
That's literally all I listened to.
Hermione! Sorry, that's out of context. I like his voices.
No, that's actually, you can't make fun of that. This is for you, Stephen. I wish I was a child at school, learning about the Vikings and thinking shapes were cool. I would fight you like a knight, instead I fight you like a fool. I will color across the lines with green and gold, turn it on its head and make something new and bold. You don't let you do that here, you gotta stick inside your mold. I wish I was a child, but I'm sad and old. Don't let the system knock you down. Don't let the people throw you out. Don't let the system knock you down. I want pink icing a playtime on a Friday. I wouldn't follow you, instead I'd do it my own way. When did I wake up and change who I was and what I say? I was better off a child, I was wicked and brave. Don't let the system knock you down. Don't let the people throw you out. Don't let the system knock you down. I had dreams, but I cut them loose. I had so many things to do. Always found some dumb excuse. I wish I was a child, but I'm someone new. Don't let the system knock you down. Don't let the people throw you out. Don't let the system knock you down. Don't let the system knock you down. Don't let the system knock you down. Don't let the people throw you out. Don't let the system knock you down.
Knock you down.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. I'm sure this is the thing about live streaming that as we said earlier, we have done a fair bit of this. And I was saying to Izzy, what we should do is when we finish a song, we should get some kind of canned applause.
Like in Friends.
Yeah, or like cheers or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
ha, 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 ha. But you, like, I press a button with my foot and it goes, yeah. But you know, we're using our imagination and imagining that, no doubt.
We can
everyone
hear you
at
from
is
home.
doing that, yeah.
We know that you're standing up,
Yeah, I'm
cheersing,
sure.
dancing.
So-
We can see you.
Sorry to interrupt you, Izzy. So we're gonna do a track called "Everyone Is Home," which we wrote during the first lockdown last year, and we probably didn't anticipate that it was still going to be relevant in February 2021, but it is, and you know, we still really like the song. We kind of maybe wish it wasn't quite relevant, but we're gonna play it for you guys because this one means quite a lot to us. This is "Everyone Is Home."
They told us to stay home, but don't they know? Home is never home without you here to keep me warm. It's you singing in the kitchen instead of turn on the radio. Can't help think everyone is lonely, yet everyone is home. Everyone is lonely, yet everyone is home. They told us stay away, don't hold your breath. It might be quite a time before I get to hold you next. I can't wait until I see you and wrap my arms around your neck. Can't help think everyone is lonely and everyone is scared. Everyone is lonely, yet everyone is scared. They told us to stay home, so we stayed and learned what it is to be human once again. I can see it, I can feel it, I hear them singing across the way. Can't help think everyone is lonely and everyone is brave. Everyone is lonely and everyone is brave. I can feel you in the light, running down the window. I recognize you. We will meet again. We will. I can feel you in the light, running down the window. I recognize you. We will meet again. We will. I can feel you in the light, running down the window. I recognize you. We will meet again. We will. I can feel you in the light, running down the window. I recognize you. We will meet again. We will. That is Everyone is Home. That is dedicated to everybody, to all of you at home, in lockdown, wherever you may be, whether you're sat with your family or with your flatmates, or if you're by yourself in person. That is for you. We're sending you a lot of love and the joys of having, things like the internet. I sound literally like I'm 100 years old. Things like Zoom, things like this that can keep people together. It's been a real lifesaver. What song are you playing next, Archie?
That is a fantastic question.
We do know, don't worry.
Oh, that's just an act. Do we know? Well, the producer's hoping that we know because he's getting ready with this little scroll out thing.
This is just our comedy sketch. We find each other funny.
Do we?
Sometimes.
You definitely don't find me funny. No, this is, as you'll see coming up on the screen momentarily, this song is called I Should Be on a Train.
I should be on a train. I should be on a train. Be gone before you wake. Head someplace far away. Oh, where we can't tempt our fate. I should be on a train. I should have been tough. I should have been tough. Tell you not to call me up. Put an ocean between us. Oh, but my feet can't come unstuck. Oh, I should have been tough. Should have been, could have been, would have been. But I can't bear your love. Maybe we should slow down before you go and knock me out. 'Cause I can't bear your touch. You'll never change a thing. You let me down again. I should be on a train. I should be on a train. Head out and maybe wait to hear you screaming out my name. Oh, but you won't beg me to stay. I should be on a train. Should have been, could have been, would have been. Should have been, could have been, would have been. But I can't buy your love. Maybe we should slow down before you go and knock me out. 'Cause I can't bear your touch. You'll never change a thing. You'll let me down again. I should be on a train. I should be on a train. I should be on a train. I can't bear your love. Maybe we should slow down before you go and knock me out. 'Cause I can't bear your love. Maybe we should slow down before you go and knock me out. Knock me out. Start up again somewhere new. See what you put me through. Shed a light on the dark times. 'Cause I can't bear your touch. You'll never change a thing. You'll let me down again. I should be on a train. I should be on a train. But I'm right here all the same. Sat behind you in your wake. Oh, I guess I knew that I'd stay. I should be on a train.
What was that? Was that a high five?
That was a high five, but the quietest high five in the world.
Low five.
Thank you so much to Amazon Music for having us along, and to Twitch. It's been such a nice evening. We've really enjoyed it. So thank you to you guys, and we're very excited about next week when our short film is coming out. So if you're around,
There's a link somewhere.
there is a link, I believe.
It's here.
But yeah, do check it out. It's coming out next Thursday at 8 o'clock. So that's quite cool, actually, because that means that you can there's probably one of these next Thursday, and then you can go straight onto our thing afterwards, should you wish. But yeah, 8 o'clock, we're going to have a watch party, and we'll be watching it along with everybody, commenting, and we'll do a live stream afterwards to talk a bit more. But make sure you check that out. Yeah, we're really proud of it. And yeah, the first short film that we've ever done, which I think just means that it's like under an hour. So, but yeah, short film sounds quite cool. So we're excited.
And if you have any questions for now, I believe you can put them in the comments, and then we will be bombarded with them afterwards. No, I'm joking, if there are any. But if you do have any, we're going to do one more song. Then there's going to be a short break where we're going to play a music video, and then we will answer the questions.
Check this out.
I was paying attention
Yeah.
to the call sheet. Hello. Amazon. I have one very important question for you. Who is the best finger clicker in the chat. Always being serious. I want to know the best finger clickers. I want to see your fingers clicking, and you're going to do it in time, okay? It goes like this.
Thank you so much, everyone. We are Ferris and Sylvester, and wherever you're watching from, we're sending you a lot of love. This is London's Blues.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she's got a front page face and her heart is made of stone. She came to the city 'cause she's scared of getting old. Oh, and isn't she something? But if you knew what was in her head, and if there ain't no rest for the wicked, then she never goes to bed. 'Cause she's got blood on her fingers and she kills for fun. You could try to chase her, but she lives for the run with the devil on her side. She'll be coming for you in the night. Oh, 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 oh.
And he's got a big old pocket full of money. He buys pills for his wife and powders for his honey.
Oh, and he loves the city, and the city loves her man. And if there ain't no rest for the wicked, then he will never sleep again. 'Cause he's got blood on his fingers and he kills for fun. You could try to take him, but I wouldn't do it, son, 'cause the devil's on his side. He'll be coming for you in the night. Oh, 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 oh. And everybody's so kind to themselves, and everyone's so afraid of anyone else. Oh, London is burning, and we're all gonna burn as one. And if there ain't no rest for the wicked, then there ain't no rest for us. 'Cause we've got blood on our fingers and we kill for fun. And we're all here together looking out for number one. And the devil's on our side. So we'll be coming. We got blood on our fingers and we ain't seen the sun since we played that summer. All just children having fun, and the babies they cry. 'Cause we'll be coming for you in the night. At the back.
Oh, come on, Jack. Let's see your clicks now. 1, 2, 3.
'Cause we've got blood on our fingers and we kill for fun. And we're all here together looking out for number one. And the devil's on our side. So we'll be coming. We got blood on our fingers and we ain't seen the sun since we played that summer. All just children having fun, and the babies they cry. 'Cause we'll be coming for you in the night.
Ferris and Sylvester on the Amazon Music Sessions. We were going to watch one of your music videos, but we're running out of time and I'd rather speak to you. So with your permission, I'd like to skip that bit and just have a bit more of a chat.
Of course you can.
Okay, well that was wonderful. Did you have a good time?
Great clicking along there. We could.
Thanks
see
very much.
I was like, yes. There you go, interaction. So it made it even more enjoyable immediately. So thank you.
Good. Well, I had a fantastic time. I even switched out and put my proper headphones on so I could listen properly. Sounds great, guys. Did you have fun?
Yeah, well, it was great. Thank you so much. It's great to be back. We've had a couple of weeks off from live streaming, and it really is a very, very special thing. So thank you.
Well, honestly, guys, if you've got any more questions at all, get them in quickly now, but I'm going to try and get as many in as we can in the remaining time. So first, from Instagram, Olivia has asked, who is your favourite artist right now?
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah, probably the same, right?
I don't know.
Well, I know. I think I know. It's gonna. Shall I?
Yeah,
You go
you go.
first. We
No.
go at the same time.
Okay.
Three,
1, 2, 3.
1. Brittany
Doors.
Howard. Oh. Different.
Yeah, no, Brittany Howard. Let's.
You said
It's a
Doors.
tie. It's a tie. Doors and
Okay.
Brittany Howard.
There you go. Cool. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, and from you two are just adorable, and I could just watch you do this for ages. So I'm just getting a bit distracted. So
Sorry.
from Twitch,
Thank you.
Elsie has asked, what provides the inspiration for your songwriting?
Good question. We kind of touched on this earlier, but we kind of try to not limit it or bracket it to anything, not a genre or even down to kind of like a topic. It can come from anywhere, and I think that's what's been really interesting in this time is kind of learning to let it come from all sorts of things and kind of letting yourself make those mistakes. So like the most recent song we wrote. I'm just trying to think what the starting point was. I think it might have been like the chord structure, and then
gypsy jazz.
yeah, a gypsy jazz kind of. That's the other thing I think is if you can listen to loads and loads of different varieties of music, it's amazing what you can pick out. As a songwriter, what you pick out. So listening to gypsy jazz, listening to R&B, listening to lots of different styles, because there's plenty of stuff that you can kind of mix into your own pot.
This kind of leads me into the next question that somebody's asked, because somebody has asked, as Brits, what drew you to making music in the blues and Americana style?
I mean, I guess the same person should, she should probably ask the Rolling Stones and Eric Clapton and Jeff Beck and etc. etc. I mean,
Yeah, take that.
Well, it's a great question, but that sort of American style has been stolen from everybody, so we don't really know what it means anymore. Blues did stem from Robert Johnson and those guys back in the sort of the turn of the 20th century and before, but and then as I said, and then it developed, and then you came into the 60s, and people like Eric Clapton playing in the Yardbirds were listening to it.
I love this history lesson. This is good. Keep going.
They stole it or whatever. They took influence from it, and then they made it their own, and then to continue with the Eric Clapton saga, and then he was in the Blues Breakers, and then Clue by the name what they were doing, and then he was in Cream, and they were very much blues, but they were also doing songs, and then where have we taken influence from? Is it from America? I guess it originally is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think what very, very good history lesson, by the way.
I can keep going if you want.
You can. I know that your knowledge is unfaultable. But yeah, I think I kind of agree. I think that there's a lot of British influence in there. There's a lot of like influence from all over the world, to be honest. But I think that the Americana kind of umbrella, even though it suggests that it's only American music, I think that it does kind of branch out to kind of other regions.
Just to finish off is to say that
on the history
we have sort of.
Yeah.
No, this isn't a history lesson.
Homework
This is a history lesson on, right, no, revise. By this time next week, I expect you to know the history of Robert Johnson's career. There's actually a Netflix documentary about him, which is cool. But I can't remember what I was going to say now. But that when we write songs is that even if we are writing a blues thing, we're not singing about, cowboy boots and pickup trucks and, stuff that is very much an American thing. We still sing about stuff that we know, even if it sort of sounds like it's from that Americana perspective. We're singing about what we know, and it'd be strange to sing about cowboy boots because
I don't have a pair.
No, maybe we should.
Okay, and final question of the evening is where is the first place that you'd like to perform when this is all over?
Oh God, that's a really, really hard question. I think probably the answer for both of us, would have to be Spiritual Bar, which is the place where we met 5 years ago. Next week, 5 years ago, and it's a tiny little blues bar in North London, Camden, Chalk Farm. And it's where we cut our teeth. when we first started, and it's really struggled this past year. It's an independent venue. It's totally free entry every night. You can see live music there every night of the week. I think apart from a Monday, but and has acts, multiple acts on it. It's a really special place. But it's for free. You can go and sit in there and you can make your friends and literally build a life there.
But we are touring. Hopefully in the autumn.
Yes.
We're just about to reschedule some dates, which will be announced on Monday. So if you're wondering, if you've got tickets for March, we are just about to announce the dates. Keep hold of your tickets. We will be there, COVID allowing.
We can't wait.
Yeah.
We cannot wait.
Well, Ferris and Sylvester, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it, and I loved hearing your little intimate gig. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks a lot, Jack. Really enjoyed it.
Bye, everyone.
Well, that was the amazing Ferris and Sylvester. Make sure you follow them on Amazon Music, and don't forget that their short film, Live from Real World, premieres next Thursday, the 11th of February, and we'll be back here on the 11th of February as well from 6 p.m. So you can watch our show, and then you can watch theirs at 8 p.m. when it premieres. Thank you also as well to the incredible Connor Albert. His new EP with Alice Hour will be out next month. Check it out on Amazon Music. Next week, not only is it my birthday, but also we have Yonasu and High Contrast. But until then, get the hell out of my room. I'm serious. Go away.